Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, but you guys can hear me nice, loud, and clear. Yeah. That's awesome. So, you guys, I heard basically what's been happening, and correct me if I'm wrong because I want to make sure I get you guys exactly what you need. So, you guys, how long have you guys been knocking for right now?
Early 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks. So before this, what did you do? What did you guys do before this?
I was going door to door, and I was selling landscaping services. You know, the aeration and lawn cutting and fertilizing.
Yep.
I was selling that at the door
Gotcha. So how long did you do landscaping door to door for?
for like about 3-4 years.
3, 4 years. Wow. Okay. So you have the experience of going out there and knocking on doors. Did you do that in Vancouver or was that in Toronto?
In Toronto.
In Toronto. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So you did that. You got into this. And do you know? Are you sensing or noticing a little bit of a difference from landscaping to alarms? And if so, tell me a little bit about the differences you're noticing.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess one of the main big differences would be that with alarms you would have to walk in the house and like have a presentation, whereas with landscaping you didn't really have to go in a house. You would just sell it at the door and just point to the machine. So
yeah.
I think that the alarms you have to have more interpersonal skills, and because they have to trust you to go into the house and set up the alarms and whatnot, right?
Right, right. And when you started with landscaping, were you as good as you were before you left it, or would you say when you actually left it, you were better than when you started?
I kind of had my I think I was about the same. I had my own personal growth issues where I was being lazy and I wasn't being as passionate as I was supposed to. I was transitioning from high school to becoming a young adult, and I just feel like now I'm just trying to boost my passion a bit more in my energy level,
Okay.
so I can actually go out and knock for like 6-7 hours, right?
Good. So people, when people come to me and they say, "Hey, how do I sell door to door? Like, give me the pitch." And people are canceling. They give me all these different reasons, things that they want me to go over. I always come back to finding out the root cause, the root problem, and starting from the ground up. So the whole reason and purpose why I'm even doing this is because I'm finding these little flaws that we're going to correct, and you guys will take notes on, so that way you guys can literally from the ground build your roots nice and solid so that you can progress every single day with strength and have ultimately that goal like you're talking about, the growth. So you mentioned something like now you went through this transition phase and you're going through it where you're kind of not so motivated to go out there and work, let's just say, or go out there and close deals and make bigger paychecks. But now all of a sudden it's coming. So I want to touch upon that really quick. What is it you feel you're working towards right now? What do you feel you're working towards as in that like next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year ultimate goal, the ultimate purpose, the ultimate thing you're going to have? What is it you feel you want right now in this point in your life?
I think what I really want is just to have a clear mind
Okay.
and have like a sobriety, so sort of clear-minded, vision where I'm more focused with my mind, and I'm making better decisions in my life, and
Yeah.
my diet, maybe
Yeah.
exercising,
Yeah.
just like the whole 9 yards. Really, I'm just really transitioning from like that university kid where he was partying all the time to like now becoming like a professional adult where it's like leave all the stuff behind and like just get focused with growing now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you something. First of all, that, and here's a reality check, and I really truly care about people's success, so I will be blunt just because I want to see you successful, and we're going to follow up, and we're going to make sure that you ultimately become a multimillionaire, really. If that's where ultimately you want to be, that's what we're going to do, really. The way it comes, and guys, dude, I used to party like crazy. I never did crazy stupid party, but every night I was the guy who's out at the clubs, dancing. I love to dance. Ask anybody around, they'll know that. I love to dance. I stay out late, and then the guy stumbling into my classes, finals, you name it, barely getting by. The good news is we don't need school in order to make and create success these days, whereas it was back in the day, you had to do that so it would affect you. Now, I strongly agree, and I'm happy that I got my degree, but to be honest and to be 100% transparent, none of what I actually learned in school, well, I shouldn't say that. Very little of what I actually learned in like college and university's time do I actually use and implement in today's day. Now, back in my high school and junior high, elementary, those times I learned the basics which I needed for fundamentals of different types of things I need to do in my daily life, like add and subtract, and when something's on sale and you see it's 50% off, well, what's 50% off of $1,000? What's 30% off? Those are the skills that we acquire that we can actually use. So to touch upon this, you want to have a clear mind. You will never ever have a clear mind and clarity on where you want to be if you cannot clearly see the goal. So what do I mean? So you have to start figuring out why do you want what you feel you want? You need to now, within this next couple months, really, for however long it takes, start envisioning yourself in bed when you're going to bed sleeping or trying to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, grab a coffee, go out to a Tim Hortons or a Starbucks or to a library and start, or even online, researching, who are you? What makes me happy? What do I want to do? And people don't do this because they're they settle for, I just don't know. Or they settle for I can't get crystal clear behind it right away. I will tell you, clarity comes from trial and error and dipping your feet in it slowly. So say it's, my first thing of what I want to do is to purchase my first house. Well, how much today? How much do I want to buy a house for? Where do I want to buy it? Is it going to be profitable? Am I going to lose money? You won't know the answers to all the questions, but as long as you start going, you know what, that would be cool to step in. I wonder, let me close my eyes and envision. I'm stepping in, I'm kind of sleeping in my own bed. My friends are coming over. Eventually, maybe I want to get married, have kids. They're running around in this house. You know what? I do want a house. So let me right now at least put house on my agenda. And then as you start putting house on your agenda, just go and randomly search. Wow, okay, there's a house here that's worth, let's just say $500,000. How I'll get that, what I'll get it, what the mortgage is, I don't know just quite yet, but at least you start painting. You start painting a picture, and it starts getting more and more clear the more you start thinking about this. And all this ties back into why you knock that last door, why you go out and you knock earlier than the other person, why when you're feeling down that day, you're super excited to go out there and say, dude, I want to make 6 figures every single year. And how do I make 6 figs, which is a comma in my paycheck every single year? How do I do that? Well, how many sales do I have to have? And if it's how many sales, well, how many sales per day do I have to have? And if it's sales per day, well, how many sales per hour do I have to have? And if I increase the number of hours, that means the amount of sales that I can get per day goes up. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a formula that not many people really go into, but the more doors you knock on, what happens, especially if you're new, and I'm going to train you and teach you, like it's, for example, let's just say to build a house, to keep it simple, you need a hammer, nails, and a screwdriver, and something else. I'm bad at construction, and a piece of wood. So here you go, and now you're like, I got the tools, but great, what are the tools without knowing how to use these tools? So I will equip you with the tools. I will equip you with how to use the tools. But the reality is, I'm not going to be able to wake you up every day out of your bed to say, hey, you have the tools, you know how to use the tools, but you got to kind of use them every single day consistently. And you know why? Because the more you do it, what do you think happens? You become better at using those tools. And you're going to formulate your own plan. And what happens is once you start doing that and you start creating it, think about this. So you go out there, let's just say, and you go out there and let's just say right now you have a fixed belief, like in your mind you're thinking to yourself, you're like, you know what, I wonder if I'm going to go out there. Like if you went out there today, I wonder if I'm going to go out there and get a sale. And I'm going to talk in like terminology like this. Number one, it's I wonder if I'm going to get a sale. So when you go out there and you kind of wonder if you're going to get a sale, what happens to the result of actually going out and selling? Do you think you actually end up getting the result of going out and getting a deal? Possibly, but your odds are not in your favor, and this is you can fight it all day long. And I've actually proven this over and over again. Yeah, that your chances of getting a sale actually correlates directly to how much input you actually put in, meaning how excited are you to get out there? How many doors you knock on? How much further you push through with that one guy who's very close to saying yes, or that gal that said come back. What you actually do, this input is a direct reflection of your result. But the problem here with this is that you will not give your maximum input if you don't believe that you can actually become, that you can actually do, or if you have this self-doubt or all the things that go inside your head. So my goal is to equip you with the knowledge of how to actually go out there and communicate, which we're going to talk about on this webinar, but also this training session. But the other thing on top of it is when you're equipped with it, what do you do to increase that? I wonder if I'm going to get a sale, to I'm 100% certain that I'm actually going to go out there and I'm going to get a sale. We need to eliminate wonder, and we need to add in certainty. Certain. You got it? So when you're certain, like right now, let's just say this. Like I'll tell you, if I go out there and knock, or I come to your neighborhood, I swear on my God-given life, I will find a person. I will find maybe 3, maybe 5, somewhere around that area. I will find people who will say, Paul, I'd like to do business with you, and I'd like to put what you have inside the house. Now, and I'm going to briefly talk about why. Number one, I've built that confidence up inside my head, inside my body, inside my psyche, that no matter what, I'm going to go out there and make it happen. But the reason why I was able to do that was, my past, I've sold thousands of accounts, but just like anybody, you can get yourself to selling thousands of accounts if you like, but you're going to have to push through the hardest times, which is exactly what you guys are going through right now, right? You're kind of questioning, I want to get there, but I'm getting cancels. I don't know exactly what to say. And this is perfect. This is where you guys are right now, are in this next phase to take you from kind of getting a deal to going out there and learning what you're supposed to kind of do, because it's not what you say, it's what you do, and then you're going to start closing. And when you do, it's very, very important that you start believing every single day. Look, I know I can do this. I've done it how many times over. I'm going to go repeat this process. All why? Because this is what I want to create, so I can unlock that, and I can have this, and I can have my kids running around in this house. And by the way, I also added in a car there. I've also added investments into cryptocurrency. I've also added in whatever it is. So it's a cycle. It's a circle. And the person who fails and quits, they basically come in, they give up way too quick because they never had a target. They never had a goal. They never had anything that they were working towards. And they never really understood the realities of an alarm system. And that's what I'm going to transition into right now. So, first of all, does all this make sense?
Yes, a lot.
Awesome. Feel free to ask questions. So feel free to ask questions if you do have any. So,
Yeah, no, that's so true, Paul. Like that's absolutely right. It's all the mind state and getting out there and really believing and having confidence and going and doing it, right?
yeah.
I just have a quick question too. So when you're doing the reverse engineering on the large amount, that the cost of what it's going to look like, where you want, like your end goal, but then you find out you reverse engineer it to the sales per day you need to get that number. But then how do you get that number for the sales in hours?
Okay.
That's one I've never had.
Perfect. No problem. So let me grab a calculator really quick. So let's just say you want to write, there's 365 days in the year. And I get it, you Sundays off, whatever, it doesn't matter. But let's just say you want to do 365 deals per year, okay? So that means you have to have one sale a day if you worked every single day. And I'm just giving you easy math. You can calculate how many days off, there are in a year. But worst case, this is what if you had to work every single day of the year, this is basically the math. Of course, you calculate how many days in a year there are working days that you're going to absolutely commit to, and understand you got to stick to that, so that maybe it won't be 365 when you calculate, it'll be 300 or 330, whatever it is. So I'm just going to give you easy math. So 365 deals per year. Why? Because let's just say, what's your average commission per sale? Okay, so times 400. So let's do that math. 400 times 365 equals, that's $146,000. Okay, so our target is going to be $146,000. I'm going to show you how I literally in my head got excited about this. And my first year, I hit 112, just so you know. And then after that, I'm going to teach you how to double and triple. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And then from there, 214, and then 316, and I'll explain. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, it's more simple than you think. Once you get excited about it, once you get passionate about it, once you're like, you will see how it adds up quick, and I'll teach you how. So 146 is your profit, okay? So then you have 365 sales in a year. And if we just did one sale a day, that's what it worked out to, let's just say, because why would you go out if you aren't going to write a deal? Are you going out to work for free? No. So one sale per day. So here's where it comes to you. Well, how many hours in a day are you going to work? If let's just say you're going to work, let's just say 5 hours. So it's going to take you 5 hours, let's just say. So watch this. So let's just say you're working 5 hours. Every 5 hours, you have to equals one sale, okay? So if you're going to be knocking for 5 hours, it equals one sale. Now, this analytic is so that you can increase the number of sales you get per day. What do I mean? So you're going to start to track your analytics. Like I have a knocking sheet, which I'll send to you, and it's how many doors or how long does it take to actually get one sale. And if you're finding out, you're going out there from 11 o'clock and by 1 o'clock, you're getting your first sale. So 11, 12, 1, let's just say it's taking you 2 or even 3 hours. If it's taking you 3 hours to get one sale, and your goal is to get one sale a day, guess what? You better work 6 hours a day, which will mean you're going to get 2 sales. Now at 2 sales a day, you just doubled your income directly over here. So the bottom analytic for the hours that it takes to get a sale, this is based on one sale. As you get better, you're going to say, I want to get 5 sales in a day. So 5 sales in a day, at 5 hours, let's just say you're knocking in a day, that's 1 sale an hour, which you have to do. 3 sales, let's just say, whatever it is. And if it's 5, so it's 3 sales divided by 5 hours. If you're knocking in a day, that's 0.6 sales every single hour that you got to get. So you have an hour and something before you actually get a sale. So what you do when you land on turf, you look at the time, it's 12 o'clock. By let's just say 1:30, I already have to have a deal under my belt. So I'm knocking out there, I'm just not interested, don't want to. You get that prick, you're like, dude, I only got an hour and a half to get a sale to stay on top of my goals. You're being a prick to me. This is not somebody I want to sell. Rush to the next door. That's why in my trainings I say knock, knock, knock. Like, be anxious to like, dude, come on, answer your door. I don't got time. I got to get my next deal. And it's that mindset, guys, that the top... Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I thought you had a question. Yeah, it's this strategy, this mindset that gets you going. Because the majority of people, what do? They just go out there and they knock and we talked about the wonder and the hope, right? It's the wonder, I hope I'm going to get a deal. And they wonder why they come home without a sale because they're wondering all day long as opposed to being confident with it. Got it? So that's something that's very important. Now, you guys briefly mentioned the mindset. It takes a certain mindset. It does. But let me ask you this. If you have the appropriate mindset, like me, for example, I have the appropriate mindset. dude, I can go out there and write every day. But if I don't physically go out there and make it happen, of course, believe me, if I wasn't doing trainings, if I didn't have like what I've created and set up the last 12 years of my business right now, I would 100% be on doors right now, knocking and closing deals. There comes a point where you can only be in a certain place at a certain time, and on top of it, mark my words, life's a choice, and sales is a choice. This is a choice. If you guys choose, which I'm strongly confident you guys will, being how you guys are here, you want to learn. If you guys choose to take this serious and go large with it, you're going to find out that you're going to get to a point where 146, 200, it's not going to excite you as much as your first time you hit six figures. So there comes a point it gets consistent. It's like, okay, well, what's next? As humans, we want to develop. We want to grow. And what's going to be next for you guys is going to be recruiting, training, helping other people get to that. So that not only are you still have this income coming in from your personal sales, so from your personal, but you also have overrides coming in on guys you're bringing in and training and teaching in a nice, beautiful, fun, friendly environment. People tell me all the time, managers, they go, Paul, I hate training people. I hate going out with people. I'm like, wait a second. You said you hate going out and training people. And I tell them, this is something very important. I said, define people. They go, well, everybody who comes in off ads and this and that, and they're scumbags. They don't want to do this and they don't want to do that. I'm like, maybe the people you're bringing in. I know I bring people in, but let me ask you this: if you take a look at all your fingers, are any of them the exact same? No, they're not. Not all fingers are the same, and that's the same thing with people. We're not all the same. So I get it. Yeah, I get it. You're going to find people who are odd and they just don't want to do this and they're not cut out for this and you're not made for it. So guess what? I don't waste time with those people. I cut them out, but get those one or two people every single week, like you guys, who are like, dude, I really want to make this happen. And, they're like, haha, hooray. They're having fun with it. Those are the people you're like, hey, let's go out together, guys. Let's make this happen. So you start formulating, correct. You start formulating more of like-minded people to be in your circle, to be in your tribe. And that's what I call this. It's called a tribe. Your office is going to be your tribe. Yeah. With your tribe, you're going to be helping them grow, develop so that they can expand. You can expand. The office expands. And it's just a fun, friendly environment. And how's that all going to happen? Deciding, committing, being all in, and learning it from the ground up. Your biggest pitfall that you're gonna have to overcome is I can excite you, I can train you, I can show you. When you go out there, okay, and you actually start knocking on the doors, and it's quiet, it's not as loud, as rowdy as I'm doing these teachings and stuff like that, and maybe inside your mind it's gonna kick in that I was just a little, maybe. Paul was a little hypey. He was a little too excited. The reality is, this guy, he's already yawning. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like where what you do, you shake yourself off and say, hey, I only have 1 hour. You start setting time constraints to get my deal. You got to maximize your day. So let's just say you're gonna be knocking 5 hours here, okay? And this is 2.5 hours in your day. Let's just say this is whatever 1, 2.5, and whatever 3. Okay, so let's just say that this is your time. You have to allot time to sales. You got to set a goal with yourself every single hour. Let's just say in this hour I got to get 1 sale. Well, in this hour, how much energy are you going to put into getting that sale? How much energy are you going to put? If you're kind of tired, you're half-assing it, you're walking slowly, and you don't get your sale, right after your first hour, you got to go into, I shouldn't say panic mode because I don't want you to panic in a way where it's like, oh my God, I got to get my sale. But in your head, you got to say, oh my God, I got to get a sale. Like, you got to be like, dude, this is like, I have to get my sale. You got to almost get antsy that it's not okay. That's the best words. It is not okay. It is not okay to walk out of the hour without a sale. So what does that mean? You're going to double up your energy. You're going to start, increasing your vibration in order to get your sale. And once you increase that vibration to get that sale, it comes quicker. And then once you have one over here, boom, you start the process all over again. Do pat yourself on the back and reward yourself. Yes, I got that deal. I pushed through. I got it. Now I got to quickly within the next 30 minutes get mine. Play these mind games. It's all about the mental mindset, like we said, but it's all about the mind games you play with yourself throughout the time period. So does this all make sense?
Right, a lot of sense.
Okay, we're transitioning, and now we're going to get into more of pitching and stuff like that. So any questions up until this point?
No, you're right. That's the main thing right here.
Right.
Once you get that,
Yeah.
you're focused on having that fire-burning desire of getting sales every hour, and then now's the next step, right?
Right, it does, and it leads up to it. Guys, you guys are studs, I swear to God. Clean cut, sharp looking guys, well spoken. I assure you, you guys, it's going to be a choice. I'm here for you every single day. If you guys need, no worries. Let me know, because it's not difficult to sell this once you understand the underlying basics of alarm systems and what I'm about to go into right now. So here's what I'm going to go into. I'm going to start off by asking you this: why would somebody want an alarm system? Why would I say, let me get better at what I'm trying to get to? Why do you, first of all, why do you believe in security? And I should ask, I don't want to preface it because, and you can be 100% honest. On a level from 1 to 10, 1 being the least, 10 being the most, what level of belief do you believe that somebody should have an alarm system? What level are you guys on from 1 to 10? Or 0 to 10, let's just say. 10 being the most. Like honestly, all the stuff an alarm system does, how important is it to somebody's house if they own their own property? To you guys, be honest.
See, I think it's a 10 out of 10 because I think everybody needs to protect their home. I mean, it's a big asset, and there's a lot of valuables, and there's children in the house, and I feel like it's really important.
Okay, they need to. The next question is why. Like you said, I mean, they have kids, they have this, they have that. On a piece of paper, this you can do it tonight. Write down. So you said 10. They need a security system. Why do people need a security system? And don't rush through this. Take your time. So think about it. Okay, why would, and I always talk about an avatar. An avatar is an actual image of a representation of, in this case, your customer, okay? So here's your avatar. It's your potential customer. Who do you like selling? What type of personality do you like selling? If you're going to say, I like selling everybody, you're going to do worse than focusing on a specific avatar. Yeah, so I like selling, and I'll be honest with you, it's not like I'm going to turn other people away, but I like selling the person who cares about their home, about the security system, likes asking questions, and actually digs. I like the person. People are like, oh God, when they ask questions oh, not interested. I love that. I don't think I can use. Honestly, somebody who tells you they're not interested, they don't want it. I don't think a security system can benefit me so much, or, they can turn it off, shut it down. I love that person because they're socially engaging with you. They're actually interacting with you. And the majority of people are like this. The reason why they're like this is because they don't exactly know just quite yet what it would mean to actually have what you have to offer. So the question comes back to, what does it mean? What does it mean to have what you have to offer? And we paint a picture. So many people, right now, for example, if you're not going out there and consistently selling a few accounts a day, you're focused on the actual fight with the customer. Oh, I'm not interested. Why wouldn't you want it? No. For me, what I do is this. Number one, respect. If they respect me, I'm going to mutually respect them. We have to earn the respect. So number one, hey, how's it going? You the owner of the property here? Yeah, I am. What are you doing? I respect the fact that the fact that since I'm there, I'm doing door-to-door sales, and they don't know who I am. They possibly think I'm a criminal. I could be a thief. They don't know who I am. There's uncertainty, unease. We're not connected. I respect that, number one, okay? But I'm not going to let it end there. Number one, respecting it. Number two, it's my duty to earn that respect, to earn that trust. It's really, we knocked on their door. Like, I mean, people get pissed off when somebody says, get the F off my property. Don't blame them. Don't take it personal. What if the last guy, swore at him and they see, that's why if you look at my YouTube channel, I mean, I get customers. I get people, like not my customers, but homeowners. You scumbags, dirtbags, they're all did it. Am I a scumbag and a dirtbag? Dude, I help more people out than them, right? So it's just, people take things so personal. Not everybody. When I say people, again, I caught myself. Some people take things so personable and then blow things out of proportion. Like, oh, everybody's like that. Door-to-door salesman, everybody's a scam. Everybody's a scam artist. Everybody's trying to suck and leech and take my money, so I don't want anything to do with any of it. Not the case. Not true. So in this case, who's your potential avatar? I know I like that person who's like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm more than likely not going to get it from you today. But so what all would I get? Tell me a little bit more. And that's the person who I will give 100% of my energy on. Yeah, absolutely. Let me show you this. As a matter of fact, come over here with me and let me show you on your door. Okay? So I'm going to get into that in a second. But who is your potential avatar? Get clear. And by all means, my most awkward sale, there's quite a few, but one of my most awkward sales was knock, knock, knock. Hey, you the owner of the property? Yeah, what are you doing? And I'm a socializer. I'm not the straight to the point, like, yeah, what do you want? This, great, how much? Sign, goodbye, see you later. I literally knocked on it. Yeah, we've been looking for a long. How much is it? Oh yeah, dude, it's actually, best part is, depends on what you have. How much is it? I'm like, oh, well, it all depends. Like, yeah, it's pre-wired. What is it? I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk. Not my avatar. I'm like, screw this person. And I'm like, $39. Back in the time, it was $39. $39, basic alarm system. Okay, great, I want it. I'm like, okay, come on in. Sat down, most awkward sale. What's your name? And I'm like, they're like, Peter Johnson. Great. By the way, beautiful home. Awesome. Okay, address. Oh, how many kids you got? 2. Okay, so your address, they didn't want to talk to me. They just wanted the damn alarm and get the hell out. So, and of course there's different levels of, and you'll get to meet a gentleman who's here on the executive team as well. But he was actually in one with me where it was like, he's straight to the point. And I was literally selling the customer and I'm trying another one. Hey, so yeah, cool house and da-da-da-da-da. And they're just like, yeah, awesome. And he's more straight to the point. So he's like, yep, name, phone number. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to stay quiet because I'm probably going to lose this sale because I'm not, this straight to the point guy. Whole moral and purpose of all this, what I'm trying to get to is, end of the day, know your avatar. Why? Because when you sense a customer is like that, go hard. And I mean go hard, like push hard to get that sale. And again, pull that customer close in to get that sale. Like, I'm going to do this demonstration. No, I totally understand if you don't want it. Since I'm here, let me just show you this, and boom, you go into it, which I will get into. Okay? So it's you respect. It's your duty to actually earn their trust and respect, because when people like you, they'll talk to you. And then once they trust you, they're more likely, if you have something good to offer, they're going to want to do business with you. Yeah? Okay. So I need you guys to start understanding all the importance as to why, the main features, why you personally believe somebody should absolutely have an alarm system. And I'm just going to tell you the main things for myself. Why do I stick behind alarm systems? Why do I believe in them? What's up, buddy? How's it going? What's up, Trevor? How's it going? And I have you guys on this, the screen is right there, so it's all kind of a little off. So here's my why. Here's the reason why I have been in the alarm industry for 12 years and why I stick behind it. So, of course, number one, and it's not the only factor, because I could go sell drugs and make money, but of course I'm not going to do that because that's not something that I stick behind. So it's a match of all these things. Number one, the money is amazing, okay? Number 2, the growth is amazing. We talked about it. Learning it, bringing other people in, training, developing. Growth in finance, in mindset. You learn a lot about pushing through and not giving up. There's a lot to speak about in growth that I could literally set up just one training in itself. Money growth. Next, let's actually get into the alarm system. Number 1, what I absolutely love is the siren. Okay? The siren to me means the world. Like, it means a lot to me. The first thing when I think of alarms is a siren for a couple of things. Okay? Number 1, if I'm in bed and I'm sleeping, let's just say at nighttime, and some creep is trying to break in from my window, my door, something, I want to be awoken. I want to be awake. I don't want this piece of shit, sorry for my language, to wake up and have the advantage to overlook me, when I'm just literally waking up. I want to have an equal fair advantage. I know he's there, you're down there, let's do this. Okay, so that's a big thing for me. Really, it really is a big thing, the siren. So this is a little bit on that part. Number 2, another big thing I like is the fact that it's the police, mainly, the paramedic, and the fire. So the actual response, meaning, let's just say I was away from my house, okay? And someone were to actually break into the property. I'd like knowing that the police, the paramedic, or the fire is going to show up directly to the property, okay? And yes, I have fire protection, carbon monoxide. I mean, I pay even myself for my system. I actually have to pay for the equipment, to get it in there because I like going all out with it. I know the true value of it, so I like this. I also like knowing. I like being in control of my property and family, of course. I want my family to be in control of, if heaven forbid something happened and they were inside the house, for it to actually, make sure that they're safe in many ways. And of course, that, so I'm not going to get into too much detail. But your family, your property, which, by the way, very important. Property is the largest asset. Okay? The property is the largest asset, not their car. I mean, I did run into one time a guy who's had a house in the ghetto, $80,000 was his house, and he was driving a Lamborghini. So I say the majority, yeah, I swear to you. I'm like, there's no way that's yours. He's like, yep, that's mine. He goes, I enjoy cars more than houses. But as we know, is that my avatar? I mean, I obviously tried to sell him. I didn't sell him. But he didn't care about his house. He didn't care. He's barely home. He wasn't married, didn't have kids. So, I mean, if I could take that alarm system and sell him in on his Lambo, I mean, I'd have a chance. But, of course, there's nothing there really to do. So that's not my avatar. Good news for us is, and the reason why door-to-door sales work so good is because we're selling a product for the largest asset at the comfort zone, which is their home, okay? This is why door-to-door sales for home security, residential, commercial security, is so important. Next is the actual touchscreen panel. Now with a touchscreen panel, I'm going to be honest, I like it. It looks cool. Back in the day, this wasn't on my list. I mean, the little numeric keypad, but the touch panel is just super cool to have. I like the fact that there's a touch panel directly built into there. Okay? There's a touch panel. I like the fact, personally, the interactive solutions with the pulse packages and all that, to where you're able to actually do everything from your cell phone. Okay, the interactive. I like that. I think that's cool to be able to do all that stuff. Personally, this is just me. I'm not fond on cameras inside the house, so I'm not going to put that on my list. I don't care about them. I don't like cameras inside my house personally. It's got its pros, it's got its cons. I don't personally like that. Am I going to not sell somebody because of it? No. I'm going to bring it out to them. I'm going to be 100% transparent and honest. I'm like, hey, are you a camera person? Yeah, I actually wanted one outside. How about inside the house? I don't mind it. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I personally don't like it. I mean, it's just a personal preference. However, cameras inside the house, here's the pros of it. Heaven forbid, something happens, yada, 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 this. You have access to that. Yeah. What we can do is, and then you go into it. So the whole point of all this, make sure you guys write that down and understand, is once you know why somebody should have a security system, everything in this bucket, once you know why you're doing this, this is a big, massive bucket, okay? So this is a big bucket, okay? Okay, so it's all, you're just pouring in all this wealth of true added value as to why you're doing what you're doing, okay? Once you have all that inside your bucket, and this bucket is literally like, you're really feeling it. You're literally like, dude, this is the best thing ever. I mean, you know, instead of going and selling cars, for me personally, I mean, I had nice cars. I'm not a big car person. I don't mind having nice cars, but selling it to me doesn't excite me because the true value behind it, I can't comfortably lie to somebody selling them shit that I don't believe in personally. I do, and by all means, people who like cars, that's good. Go sell it. That's awesome. They love talking about the V62 W47 horse-powered engine that freaking makes you pull back in your seat. Dude, I don't care. I had a motorcycle. I drove it like a little sissy. I'll be honest. I mean, it's like I'm not a crazy car person. But with this stuff, I am. Because me personally, it aligns with my beliefs. So the more you align the products and services with your beliefs, the last step is going to be to bring that out of all of what's inside this bucket and bring it out on every door. Okay? It's going to be bring it out on every door. So you're going to go out there, you're going to want to bring this out on every door. Okay? And this is where we're going to get into this. Right. So here you go. Now, you're knocking on doors, okay? So I know the reason why I'm doing this. And this guy, remember, respect. He doesn't know who you are, who you're with, what it is. So you knock on it, and he's like, yeah, what can I do for you? So basically, you're going to go in, and you're going to be like, oh, hey, you're the owner of the property here, right? Yeah, I am. What can I do for you? That's a good question. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you've seen or heard of many of the guys who actually stop by with our trucks or some of the work we've done out here, okay? Your first step you're going to want to do is create interest and be very clear. I'm going to be very clear. Interest. You're going to want to create interest, not interest in what you're selling, which is the alarm system, the home automation package. You want to create interest in hearing more. Like, I'm actually interested to find out who this person is. I'm actually interested. I'm curious. You're going to create curiosity and interest. So let me do interest/curiosity. You're going to spark curiosity and interest in what is this person doing? So how do we do that? And let's do this. Let's get into a little bit of pitch training. So pretend you knock on my door. Okay, so you knock on my door and just give me an actual pitch. So I'll come to the door. So pretend you knock on my door and then I come in and I answer. Yeah, can I help you? First of all, I don't, and I'm going to be tough on you just because the flashes of all these things, and I'm going to correct you. Don't take this in a grain of salt. I want to see you successful. The first thing is, did you mention who you are? Your name? Yeah, you did. You said, my name's Ahmed, and I'm with ADT, and I'm doing promotions. I know your name, I know your company, and I also, on top of that, know exactly what you're doing. Promotions, and to me, in my head, I'm 100% certain you're a sales guy. So is there any interest or curiosity in who you are, what you're doing, who you're with? Remember your goal in step number 1. Okay? So what I'm going to teach you right now, you're going to instantly spark curiosity, engagement, and you're going to start interacting more as opposed to getting the door slammed and moving forward. So you mentioned who you are and who you're with, and there's no curiosity. No, sales guy, don't want it, not interested. Sounds like the average guy who just stopped by, here to take money off my table, don't want it, see you later, goodbye. Right? And that's why they shut you down pretty quick. Do you notice with that pitch you kind of get shut down pretty quick? Would you like the conversations to last a bit longer? Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. So I knock on your door, and then just say hi once you knock on the door. And let's just say, so here's the door, and let's just say I'm back. I stand far back as well. So go ahead, just answer the door when you want. Hi. Hi. You the 1 second actually. You're the owner of the property here? Yeah. Okay. This was about Wednesday last week. somewhere probably between 12 and 3. Did one of our guys actually get back in contact with you or actually get in contact with you?
I think I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. And if not, then did you know if maybe was yourself or your spouse or somebody in the house actually get one of those printouts? They were also handing out printouts in This neighborhood. Did you get any of that?
No.
No. Okay. Anyway, I'm super busy. Won't take much of your time. I don't. As a matter of fact, do you mind coming out here really quick? Do you know many of your neighbors, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. So, just by a quick point, do you know your neighbor right across the street? And because when I'm knocking, I ask them for their names. Do you know Brad? Do you know Bradley right across the street there?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, sorry, I start introducing myself. Do you see that spin? You see that spin? It's gonna take a little bit of courage to do it, but once you start doing it, and you don't just, here I am, here you go, no, see you later, goodbye. They're like, okay, wait a second, who is this guy? What is he with? Are they selling? Is he? Questions. Because you want to spark interest. And you're going to have to find a way. And again, like anything you learn new, you're going to have to keep practicing at it to get better. But now you're going to start turning it around. Push yourself. Look, if I was your MMA coach and you're just getting started and I have the bag and I say kick it and you kind of just go like this and I'm just like, okay, cool, congratulations, do it again. I'm going to say harder, 100 times, do it again, higher, till finally your legs are stretching out and then finally you're kicking harder, you're hitting harder. What happens is the perfect practice makes perfect, you know that saying? You keep practicing and pushing yourself to get yourself in uncomfortable situations to get comfortably confident with this. What you're going to realize, I swear on everything, guys, this method, you're going to eventually get more comfortable and confident doing this than what you're doing now. See, now you feel awkward because you're like, shit, this person thinks I'm a typical salesperson. One second. This person thinks I'm a typical salesperson. Just stop that, so. Right? So you sound like a typical salesperson, right? And with the opposite, what's going to happen is you're in control. I choose whether or not I want to leave or I want to continue the conversation. So, but you own the property here, right? Yeah, dude, what do you want? Tell me what you were with. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's right on my shirt, nothing to hide. I don't know if you're familiar with AlarmGuard, the big ADT brand. I'm sure you see our signs everywhere. Oh, selling security? Some people, as you know, will try to push you. Tell me. Okay, I will. Okay. It's like when you're watching an awesome movie where you're like, oh my God, I need to know right now. Like, does he die? Does he survive? Oh my God, no way, are they going to get together? I got to wait now a little bit longer. That's what creates engagement. And the way you do that is by keep holding them on. Okay, and you can, a tactic you can use is kind of stutter a bit. Like, yeah, the best way to put it is, okay, so you've probably seen, okay, when you walk up into stores, you know what, as a matter of fact, come over here. Now you're taking control of the sale. They're coming out. You see that sign? People who have signs, be it ADT, be it Yada, be it this, what happens, and as a matter of fact, sir, do you mind grabbing that? Yeah, absolutely. So what they typically have is this directly over here. They have a panel on their wall. And do you know how that panel of theirs, actually communicates and sends alarms, dude, I'm not interested in buying one. Oh, that's awesome. Thank God, because, I'm not here to try to sell you an alarm system and just slam you in or any of that stuff. My job is to actually educate and fix some of the older issues that people have had, but also to let you know what we're doing with help and need that we have. So what was that? Help and need? Yeah. Remember I was telling you our brand, as a matter of fact, the ADT sign? Would you have an issue, by the way, putting one of those in your yard? Oh, all you want is the sign in my yard? That's not all we want. We want that, and we're willing to pay you for it because we do have the latest technology. And by the way, you said, no, you don't want an alarm system. That's fine, of course. But what part of an alarm system are you just massively against? Oh, no, I'm not against it. I just don't have the money right now. who does? We're all kind of tight on money right now these days. So believe me, I'm not here to try to come and collect no $3,000 check. And no, my goal is completely different. And by the way, for the alarm system you're talking about, how much do those cost, by the way? They're like, wait, what is it? What? Okay, I don't know. I mean, I think they're a couple, I don't know, $100, $1,000. I see in Costco. Yeah, they typically are. Anyways, aside from that, let me show you. Now you're taking control. You do not be afraid. What you want to do in the second main thing is you want to control the sale. And here's where things can get out of hand. Controlling the sale and being disrespectful are two totally separate things. Controlling the sale doesn't mean come here with me, customer. It's more like passively controlling the sale. If somebody's telling you and staying in control yourself, yeah, dude, I'm just not interested. Oh, that's awesome. Good. I'm happy. Dude, I don't blame you. Who is? And by the way, what aren't you interested in? An alarm system. Oh, which one? The one that you have. Oh, which one do I have? Dude, I'm not interested. No, I get it, but sorry, I'm confused because there's quite a few things that's like saying, yeah, I'm not interested in transportation. You mean taking the bus or the Lamborghini that's about to get parked outside your house because you just got it literally given to you for, let's just say placing a sign in your yard and saying I drive Lamborghinis. I'm really confused. You don't probably work from home and you never travel, or sorry, I'm really confused because and they're like, no, just that. So what is it you're doing? And then that's what they do. Oh, got it. What is it you're doing? Dude, you want that. And once you get that, you're like, yes, step one out of the way. What is it you're doing? I want to hear more. Okay? That's a great question. As a matter of fact, you know what, sir? Here, to make it simple, why don't you grab that? Yeah. So what happens typically with older, outdated alarm systems is, and you may have seen police showing up to homes, they're called false alarms, and we're correcting those issues. And as a matter of fact, we now, as ADT, they have 6.6 million customers and growing. So we're actually doing, it's a true stat, but 6.6 million customers and growing, and I'm sure you've seen the sign, yeah? We're actually basically looking for more homeowners, just like yourself, on this block right here that would help us display and place a yard sign of ADTs in front of their property. But before I get into that, I need to ask you a question. Do you know why ADT would actually want, or even AlarmGuard, we would want a nice fancy crystal clear blue, sign in your yard, sir? Is it advertising? Correct. And by the way, sorry, what's your name? Oh, cool. I'm Paul. Very nice to meet you. And by the way, here's my badge. As a matter of fact, here you go. I'll take it off. Really quick, because I'm busy. I have a couple more clients we need to go and take care of right now within the next probably an hour and a half. So I'm going to kind of go quick through this. And they're like, thank God, he's going to be quick. He's not going to sell me. Dude, I'll stay 5 hours with them. And as it goes. Anyways. So right here in your yard, because you're going to be displaying, and my words, now I'm the next thing, assumptive. So now I'm like, dude, they're getting it. In my head, dude, again, remember the bucket? You need to be crystal clear on your bucket, because when I'm talking to this person, guys, if I believe 100% that my mom, my brother, my sister, my cousin should have one of these, and they all have it in their house. My aunts, I'm just going through everybody who has it. Why would I not want somebody else, some random stranger, to have what I have? Really, why would I not? So when I'm like, by the way, when we place that sign out in front of your yard, what we also do for you, and you're going to love this part, is we actually take care of each of the points of entries into your house. But aside from that, you're on this panel, it communicates with all of the door contacts, which is the point of entries into your house. And by the way, how long have you lived here for? Oh, we've been here for about 4 years, 5 years. They're answering your questions. They're engaging with you. Someone who's like, this is, again, my avatar, remember? I'm like, so this talks to, let me show you, as a matter of fact, let's just walk to your front door. So now we walk. This talks to this door. And by the way, do you know how this would communicate and talk to that door? Do you guys put a sensor on it? Yes and no. Do you know like how and what type based on the pre-wiring of your house? No. Okay, take a second. Let me just show you on your front door here really quick. Okay, sure, go ahead. Yep, come on in. Okay, so, and then now I'm doing an in-house presentation. So I take control. I'm very assumptive. I create curiosity. I've explained to them we're basically looking for homeowners, people to help us advertise our sign because it helps us generate revenue, I tell them, of course. Because people who are looking to get security systems, it's a common sense. The more signs, the more bigger our brand is. The more bigger our brand is, the more people know about us. The more people know about us, the more people buy from us. Simple concept. So, having that, we're going to actually compensate you in return. Well, how do you guys compensate me? And that's a great question. Since we do security, we're going to actually install and put in a brand new microwave into your house. And it's going to be a pretty cool one. It's a little bit outdated, but we put microwaves inside people's houses. Oh, no, thank you. I don't want a microwave. I'm like, thank God, because I was joking. I'll crack a joke. Like, I'll seriously be like that. I'll be like, we throw a microwave inside your house. Or, we get you a brand new dog, if in case you have one or you don't. We'll get you a nice little German Shepherd of your choice. No, my wife would kill me. Dude, I'm joking. And then they crack a joke. I'd be personable. I'm like, dude, we don't do that. I'm joking. Let me ask you a question, though. Okay, serious question, Ahmed. Let's just say, for example, I bring up the name Rolex, okay? What's the first thing you think of? Rolex. The first thing, what entered your mind? Rolex. Okay. And what product do you think of?
The watch.
There you go. Why do you think of watches when I bring up the name Rolex? It's because that's what they focus on. That's what they do. That's what they specialize. And you mentioned something, luxury wealth. If you are a luxury wealth person and you're looking to get a watch, you're going to go and take a look at Rolex. How come you didn't say ADT? We don't do that. When you think of ADT, you think of security. Now, why? We're not like the cable guys who say, by the way, we do cable, we'll do landscaping, we'll do your alarm. We don't focus on any of those except cable, but hey, we'll offer it to you if you want and kind of half-ass put it in. We do security, and guess what? Who we are, let me tell you this. We are the Mercedes, the Lamborghini, the Bentley of the alarm industry for the price of the Dodge, the Ford. We are literally that right now. Why? Because remember I said we need you to put the sign out in front of your yard? We're going to go ahead and compensate you in return for helping us do that. And how do we do it? Our latest line of product, our touchscreen panel, we're going to gift it to you. Your front door right here, we're going to gift that to you. You have a back door, by the way? You know what? I'm more than likely going to gift it to you, but it depends. Is it on a slider or does it open up like is it French doors? It's on a slider. Okay, let's go just take a look at that really quick. And they're like, okay, sure, you're walking back because we're in front. Yep, this one's on a slider. We're going to gift it to you. Motion detector, break-in, somebody here, in-house. This is a demo of it, a training session of its own, the actual presentation. But motion detector does all this. You do your in-house presentation. We're going to gift it to you. Do you have a garage door? That's going to be $1,000. I'm joking. We're going to gift it to you. I'll crack a joke up. Look, the reality is most people, they'd say, okay, he's coming in. He's going to say a front door, back door, and then I got to pay for the panel. I got to pay for the siren. I got to pay for the battery backup. I got to pay for the warranty. No. We're gifting it to you. So this, and then I go through the package. All you pay is just to have it monitored. But what is the monitoring? And I break down what monitoring is. That's in training. Heaven forbid something happens. Somebody shows up to the house, police, paramedic, fire, boom, connect it, tie it. It's like it's like a brand new TV, 3D TV, smart TV without cable. Is it any good? No, it's not. You actually need the cable connected to take advantage of it. Well, I go into all that, and then I'm speeding up the process because we have to kind of wrap it up. I have another meeting here. But I go into that process with them, and I'm like, you see the importance now of an alarm system? Yeah, no, absolutely. So all you're saying is it costs that absolutely. And of course, you pay to activate it like everything else, which is pennies. I'll explain that. As a matter of fact, do you mind if I just sit at your table and show you that? Yeah, come on in. So how long have you been doing this? Oh, dude, now you shoot the you know what, and you start talking to them, and boom, 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 you start writing it up, handshaking, and you start going out the door. So I want to speed it ahead because I literally have minutes just to talk to you guys about what Sharon told me. David was saying you guys are having issues with the cancellations. So any questions on this? Any of this, by the way?
No, that was very good. Wow.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome anytime. And I'll get you the recording of this as well. So I'm recording it. So that way... Yeah. So that way you guys can watch it and re-go over and take notes. So let me see if they're on that. Yeah, okay, perfect. So here's the thing. And this is, again, I'm going to show it based on a timeline. This is a sale, okay? This is what happens. In order to get a sale, you got to go out there, you got to knock on doors. You go out there, you actually knock on doors. How excited you are to get your deal, how much you push forward is going to determine if you're going to even get the interest and the customer to say, okay, come on in to do an in-house demonstration. So you get all excited, you get in to do the demonstration, and what typically happens, and I'm gonna give you the path of a CXL, which is a cancel, okay? So you go in, you do the demonstration, and what happens when you actually do this demonstration is they're kind of like, I'm not so interested, I don't want it, nah. But then you hard close them and push them to get the sale, as of opposed to pulling them to get an actual sale, okay? Your objective is to pull them to the sale. How? People buy based on what? They buy based on value. People buy based on how much value they see. My markers are dying. How much value they see in comparison to what their damage is going to be, their cost, their time. Price can be money, it could be time, it could be inconvenience. And this is value. What are they going to get? What is it going to do for them? How are they going to benefit from it? Okay? This is what you guys have to focus on. Let me absolutely make crystal clear sense as to why you absolutely should not live without one of these things. Once this outweighs that, you're good to go. But what happens is, this tends to be the opposite, where this is like literally well above it. And then sales reps go in and they start like coming up with, oh yeah, but wait a second, so I'm going to pay for extra motion detectors? No, I'll get you 2 motion detectors for free. Nope, not going to do unless you do 3 motion detectors for free. Okay, I'll give you 3 motion detectors for free. Yeah, but come back tomorrow, Friday at 3 o'clock. Remember we were talking about control? You start to lose control. So you start giving and going and saying. Instead, what I do is I'll stand strong and go like this. I'll be like, you know what, guys? Absolutely. You want 3 motion detectors? I'll tell you, Radio Shack will give it to you. The mom and pop shop will give it to you. But, if you're looking for security to protect yourself with the strongest company in the world, and I'll explain why. And again, this is the 1 hour. There's a lot to talk about. But if you really want to know why you should go with the largest security company, that's in the 505 trainings, the 404s I do, the AG 404s and 505s. But if you really want to know why you should have an ADT security system versus over the other ones, well, it's like saying, if I were to go into Mercedes and say, hey, how much is that new S-Class? It's $100,000. $100,000. Dude, I went to Dodge. They were offering me the Neon for 20. It's like, okay, awesome. You see the door? You're more than welcome to go out there. Really? That's exact same feeling. And I tell customers that. I said, we have, and you don't trust me, go take a look at it. And by the way, we're publicly traded. So 6.6 million customers. We have to report our actual customers and stuff like that. 6.6 million customers. Do you think we found 6.6, and by the way, that's by a long shot the largest security company in the world, who we even randomly tricked the White House. We randomly tricked the biggest, largest Fortune 500 companies. We randomly tricked them into going with us. I say this, sir, and I don't mean it in any disrespect, but I tell you this because I truly care about securing and protecting people in the right way. And then I go into that. I go, look, there's a reason why we are the Mercedes, and guess what? For the price of this. Your products we install are lifetime backed up for as long as you're monitored by us. Say, for example, one of those motion detectors break down. I'm asking you to pay $150 to protect your basement. That's a motion detector. $150 to protect your basement. And you know what? As a matter of fact, just as it from man to man, I'll even take care of $25 of that motion detector out of my pocket so I can get it to you for $125. Do it for $100 and I'll sign up. Done. I'll take it out of my pay. No worries. I will do that. So you have your motion detector. You're protecting your basement for $100. Still making money. Still getting the sale. But now I brought him down. He felt like he won. Win-win situation. And instead of getting to the end and not standing your grounds and trying to force it, they end up canceling because they felt like there was no, I was lied to. There was no battle to try to get it. At the end of the day, here's what I want to say. Once you're done with writing up the customer and you sold it the right way, because how you go through this timeline, which we'll get into in the 404 training of just this actual timeline, is very important in determining whether or not you're going to get a cancel. And that last step, if you've done that right and they canceled, it's because you didn't reassure the customer that, one, they know exactly what they're getting, two, when they're getting it, three, for how long they're going to have to pay, and four, what it will actually mean to have that. There's no tricks, no nothing. They can communicate. They can call you if they need. They know the phone numbers. They know the company. And they're confident enough to repeat back to you what they're getting, how it's going to work, and ultimately how much they're going to pay. Once they can repeat that to you, done. Zero cancels. I went from my first 15 deals pretty much canceling to having zero cancels in like 3 years. I assure you, no cancels. So what happens is the way you do that is at the end, you tuck away the paperwork and you go, hey, Ahmed, I just want to thank you so much for your time today. It means the world to us. Thank you so much for choosing ADT, my trust, and as well, allowing me in your property. That means a lot. So what I want to say is, let's go over this. What do we need from you, first of all? You need a $59 a month? No. Well, yes, that is one thing we need. But what's the other thing? The most important thing that we even started this off with. Oh yeah, that sign in front of the house. That's right. We need that sign. You definitely need to stay on top of the monitoring, make sure it's connected and you're paying your bills. But on top of it, what are you getting? Front door. No. Okay, that's okay. Let's go over it. Front door, back door, garage door, motion. Go over it. Okay, so repeat back to me now. What do you get? You said front door, back door, garage door, keypad. Which keypad? That 2 gig one, touchscreen. That's right. The Qualsys one, touchscreen. That's right. Okay, and then that's going to communicate with what? The police. Yep. And what's going to go off if somebody breaks in? Siren. Good. A siren. And what else? And how much are you paying for it? You said that $199 activation fee, and then as well that $59 a month, right? That's right. So perfect. Any questions for me? No. What time is your technician going to show up tomorrow? Tomorrow at, open that up. That's right. And what are you going to do when I leave? Call the insurance company to make sure after it gets installed, you do what? That's right. Perfect. Hey, thank you so much once again. Brother, here's my number. Please, anything you need, feel free to contact me back. Let me ask you this, okay? Tomorrow or today, next week, of course you want to get the install quick. Let me ask you this, Ahmed, right before I leave. Heaven forbid, if someone were to break into your property after you get one of these ADT security systems with your projector, your TV, your screens, your family, your this, would you now feel more confident knowing exactly what you're going to have, what's going to be installed, having full control from your phone, that you're in control of your house? Oh, absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. Awesome. Hey, once again, thank you so much for your time. Like I said from the beginning, not here to sell you a system. I'm here to see eye to eye. And if you can comfortably say, you know what, this thing's absolutely something that I want, just like you said, then we're good to go from there. Hey, thank you so much for your time, and take care. I actually have to head to the neighbors, and call me if you have any questions. Take care. Boom. Out the door, 0 cancellations. You will not have any cancellations. Got it? Takes time. There's back and forth practice. Watch the video every night. You have no excuse. If you're every night, watch it, and get excited. Remember, it starts from excitement, the mindset, why you want to do it. Build up that number, go after it, create the sale a day. Awesome?
Thank you so much.
Oh,
That's awesome, man.
anytime, brothers. Love you guys. I really can't wait to see you guys. Bottom of my heart. Can't wait to come out there and see you guys for sure. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Anytime. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Later, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.